Alright, so this is a very quick devlog of Envision the game or Envision beta. Um Basically we're just gonna be going over what's in the game so far. Um Also commentating over if there's any changes from before. Um so from the last time I probably did something about this, there wasn't any terrain or any of this stuff. Instead of it being grass now, it is the hexagons. Um, 'Cause I think it looks kind of cool. Can I even go up this? No, it's too steep. That building still isn't even there. So there's a couple of things in here that have been changed. I mean, some textures have been changed around. Oop, I don't know why it does that. But some textures have been changed around, and this is what it looks like down here. If we go up here, then we can see there's. Good God, I love this gangsta brush. Just a joke that we made. So the physics is. Chill. The grabbing objects has been fixed. But there's still one problem. Like, well, now you can actually rotate it, but you have to let go of the rotating button because I found a bug that if you still are rotating the object, the camera sort of freaks out and you don't have control of the camera anymore. So if you stop holding left click, or I'm pretty sure, yeah, you could still do it. It doesn't happen to all objects, so yeah, you'll only be able to throw them. Well, you can still throw them with left click. I don't know what it's trying to say. Same thing with the box. Same thing with the box and everything. But you have to go the G key, rotate. That over there, the cylinder just crumbled to pieces. That is just the test, and make sure that the destruction physics work. And 'cause we're gonna use them at some point. And then there's the dark room that we don't know what we're gonna use yet. And Jesus Christ, here's the free candy sandy area. This is a very new area, and there is some stuff that's been added that I'm still working on. So this is Envision inv underscored playgrounds underscored 4, and there is another map that you can go to. As you can see, it's all sandy and stuff, basically a little sandbox. If you jump into this right here, you get teleported to basically a aftermath of, a sandstorm, but we're still updating it. That silo is still there. That's all over there. That light's turned off. All these buildings have been taken over by like a dust storm, basically. And this building has fallen onto the playground area, and that building is also allowing you to go out of here. That one is, sunk into the ground, so is this one right here. So I'm really surprised. No, you can actually go in here. Never mind. It's very hard, though. You can't just pick it up. There was going to be a thing where you pick up a no, pick up some stairs or something like that. But it would be very hard because you can't just throw it. So that idea was scrapped because the collision on Unreal 5.6 is a little bugged. So I have to manually go in and apply the collision. Problem is when you're simulating physics, you can't just have use complex or simple or whatever the collision type is. I'll bring it up here in a second. But yeah, this is the Sandlands that we're basically going to be using as like an extension. We're sort of making playgrounds not only a testing grounds, but also part of the story somehow as well. But this is all through the beta. So whenever we come to the conclusion of the actual base game, some things will be removed. So maybe this won't be in the main game. Maybe it will. But this is all the beta. That's why nothing's like really impressive. Some things are, I guess. I mean, that's just me saying it because I made it. Um, but there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done. There is no sprint mechanic, so you can't sprint, but you can crouch. So I'm gonna add a sprint mechanic at some point, and you can see the shadow because of the way that it is, because the landscape is copied and pasted because I did not feel like creating another landscape. So all of that is gonna have to be fixed. Here's the big tower that pretty much where you're gonna be spending most of your time in. If you come to the Sandlands, but it's still we're still working on it. As you can see, there's still like the shadows are kind of fucked up. I think once everything's compiled and once everything is fixed for like another build, which here soon I'm gonna make another build that way so everything is all caught up to date. This is ENVISION beta 0.4 version 0.4. Just because of the playgrounds map, it is tied to that. So the version is tied to the playgrounds number. My bad. But no, this is still all in playgrounds 4. I don't know if I'm gonna be making a playgrounds 5. I could be making other ones, but I'd like to add some. Oh yeah, there's a flashlight in here. Um, I'd like to add some other stuff to the game, but I'm not too sure. I mean, I could add anything I want because this is the beta, and not really much is going to make sense of the beta between, the beta and the main game. So, yeah, this is it so far. And I'm not making a open world game. That is something that I highly avoid because open world games, most of them sort of die out. So I'm not making a open world game. I'm just kind of using what I have and everything to sort of add on to the story, even though it doesn't seem like there is anything. I'm going to continue to work on it, and it's all in the prototype sort of texture. I actually kind of like that texture, but this also got me thinking when I was playing Battlefield 2042. One of the breakout or not breakout breakthrough one of the breakthrough maps, there is a desert, so I guess I'm sort of inspired by that. I guess still waiting for Battlefield 6. Probably I'll see this in like a couple of months and then be playing Battlefield 6. And this might also be changed, but you could see all this. um there's some areas, like I think it's right here, yeah, where you can definitely tell it is copied and pasted. But I'm gonna try and fix that. Just the way the landscape is makes it look weird. But yeah, this is all the Sandlands and everything. Oh wait, what? Yeah, this is all the Sandlands, and pretty much that's it. We can go back and well, we can go back and look at the older versions. Oh Jesus, frame rate, God. This is supposed to be snow, but I feel like it's dragging out the performance. But you can see this is the outside level of the just the regular playgrounds for. And that's pretty much for that. This is the thing that destructs itself, and you can see where on top of the decal there is the actor that you have to go up to in order to go to the Sandlands. And then these are the two interactive objects. All these other ones aren't. Before with the grabbing objects system that we had, you were able to grab basically any object. I think it was besides like pre-made static meshes, or I'm not too sure, but you were able to grab every single object. But the problem with that is that they used to clip through the map. Another example is if you were to sit on top of the cube and like sort of like make your mouse go all crazy like this, you would get flung up in the air. And I remember me and Alex is probably watching this, we were testing out the game, and as we were, messing around with the cube, we got flung up in the air, and it took us about 8 minutes. I think it was probably 12 because we sort of started the timer during the falling and everything. But yeah, that is why that system got removed and it's remade. So this newer system that I implemented makes it where you can't go on top of. Well, you can go on top of the cubes. My bad, but you cannot pick it up whatsoever, and they don't clip through the wall. And you can see the barriers are still here. We're just gonna keep them there because again, just for boundaries, we're just gonna keep them there. And then you still have all this down here. I think that's pretty much the same. Um, Actually, I don't even know what the Sandlands, if you can even go down there. I should know. I don't know why I'm blinking on it, but this is the main menu right here. Because I decided to put something. What is that? One landscape actors out of date. I'm gonna update that. Yeah, this is pretty much the entire map. You can see how it is very copied and pasted. Now, what is making that shadow? I have no idea what is making that shadow. I know that there is a tear through, like you can actually see it. That might be it. I am not too sure. Right there, that's one. That's a tear through. Right here also, but it's not really noticeable. But yeah, you can see this is literally just the same map with everything completely changed. These two buildings decided to fucking box each other or something. I don't know. I don't know why the. Wait, is that changed? No, it's not. The texture's not changed. So that ends up slamming into that. But as you can see, that's pretty much the entire map right now. I'm probably gonna make it where you can't go down into the underground if you entered the Sandlands, because I don't know why you'd want to be down here. And you can see the building is clipped through, so it's kind of not the greatest thing to see when you're down there. And the Half-Life references and the Alex reference is right there. This map looks like it's turned. Not this map. This light looks like it's turned off because of the light. The light was the directional light. The sun basically is cranked up to 150 because there was a problem with the shadows, or was it the fog? It was I think it was the exponential height fog that was causing like a whole bunch of fog to go up there. Yeah, it's sort of coming back, but it is not as bad. Maybe it is getting worse. I don't know. But you can see that there is a somewhat of a level of fog because you have to have that in order to have these little glares of light. You can see right here it's absolutely crazy, but I didn't even realize how like fucking realistic that looks. Jesus. Um yeah, that is pretty much it for the Envision beta, and there's not that much. I don't know why I'm fucking acted all crazy, but no, there's not that much of the game right now. I'm planning on adding other stuff, and yeah, this is sort of to serve as a developer commentary. This will be unlisted. This will not be public because the game is not announced. The game is not released. So there will be no public YouTube videos at the moment because, again, we are still working on it. And probably once the game releases, we will bring out a video on this. But yeah, you can see this is the unfinished area right here because this is another area you can go to. It's for the dark room. But yeah, pretty much that's it. You can see where this problem sort of smooth it out. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I think it's landscape one. So I'm just gonna sort of do that. No, because that will. I'm gonna take the noise scale down just a bit. No. Jesus Christ. How hard is it to fucking. I have no idea why it's doing this. It's actually quite annoying because then I have to go back and sort of cycle through it. I'm gonna give it some erosion. That might actually fix my problem. Just by giving it some erosion. Yeah, that might fix it. Me crank up the. Shit. Just gonna keep doing this. It's not what I wanted to do. I just want to make it where it's not like that. There. God. It is fucking difficult. I absolutely hate trying to chase around this. God. I should have just made it sort of like, I don't know, I should have just made it all together. I don't know why it's just doing this. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. I could just put something right there. That way, so it basically hides all the shit that's right there. Yeah, I think that's what I might do. I think I might actually just take this, place it right there, make it a little bit bigger. That way, so I don't have to worry about all this. Holy hell. See if that's even possible. I don't even know you can even do this. Damn. I could have just placed that on there. I don't know why I didn't. Actually, I could just lift this up however much and then just go to, well, first of all, lit again, then go to landscape. Sort of like do this with that. Too much. What the hell? Actually, I think I might make a floor for this. So I'm gonna go to this, go to modeling, go to that cube grid. That is off. What the hell? there's something like very wrong with it. Yeah. The attributes are so wrong. Like, I hate when Unreal loves to do this. It is annoying because then it just has that. It loves to break. Yep, this is one of the reasons why I'm adding a floor. Or at least attempting to. I don't get it. Like, I literally don't get it. I don't know why it loves to do that. What I could do is take this, go Control C, and just take this all the way down. Are they... what? Is not what I wanted to do. I just want a floor. I kind of wish I didn't make everything all, like, fucked up. What? Why is the fucking wall like that? Hold on. Let's put everything back down. I'm guessing I didn't select the wall. Again, I don't know why there's an... So, what I'm really trying to do is make a floor. But again, the attributes are just fucked up. I kind of wish I made the tower in like one small object. I would love to have somewhat of a wall, but I guess not. You can crouch, but I don't know if you can crouch that much. I don't care about that. We're gonna send the player all the way over here. God damn. Needs to make sure that the uh block height or whatever. I need to make sure all of that is right because I don't think the player can crawl under 2 blocks or can crawl at 2 blocks. I meant to say. Oh, did I make it where you can't go up anymore? No, it's fine. So, yeah, I'm thinking about doing some other things for this. I just don't know why. Like I threw together the tower today, or technically yesterday. I threw that all together, and how it's turning out is not really, for me, not really a good sign. I might have to just add a base. That's pretty much what I'm probably gonna do. Um, so probably tomorrow. Yeah, I can't even go up the mountain. Um, probably just gonna add a base. Like remove all of this, remove the tower, just add like a military base because the whole purpose of you being out here is to go to the SA facilities to discover some shit. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna be removing the tower. The next video I probably make is going to be like the aftermath of me making the military base, and that will actually be something different. Not really a military base, more of a research facility, not military. I'm seeing as in creating on what looks sort of like a military base, but research facilities are completely different. This is supposed to be a massive research facility. Shit. I need to be careful that I don't fuck up like shit like that. That is not flattening. No, that's flattening the part that we don't want. I mean, it's kind of cool to have a crater right here, but still. I'm going to turn down the tool strength because that is kind of overpowering a lot of things. Um, but yeah, like I said, I might record another one about me going through everything, but pretty much being out here, there's supposed to be a reason that you're out here. Not only is playgrounds, like I said, a testing area. I think I said that earlier. Yeah, not only is it a testing area, it's more so a story wise type thing. If you go into the sandbox, um, originally we weren't even gonna do anything, but then I came up with the idea of, oh, you get teleported to um, the sandy environment, and you have to that's basically when the game will actually begin. Now there is a main menu, which I am going to go ahead and do that and make one quick little tutorial. Not really a tutorial, but um yeah. So here is my main menu right here, the non-playable playgrounds. Um So when you load up the game, it's going to constantly show. So this is literally the same environment as the other playgrounds, the actual normal one that doesn't have all the crazy shit. This one, yeah, this one doesn't even have the collision, so you can't even go to the thing anyways, and you don't have any input. The ambience is more closer, and you're in the corner, so you won't really see as much. I do plan on like having a thing that will fade in, not fade in, but basically have like a little slideshow or whatever it is of it fading between this and the underground and all of that, and maybe the Sandlands, but I really don't know. Um, it all just depends on how long it's going to take to do some other stuff. And this is what the main menu looks like. I don't know why it's so if I were to hit so this whole thing right here, okay, yeah. What is it? Alt P? Play. Oh no, it's centered. I don't know why I didn't want to center itself. You can see basically something that you already expected from this. Options don't work. Quit does, and so does begin. You spawn in here. And this is where you can go to the Sandlands. I also somewhat have an idea for the Sandlands to have a random chance of a sandstorm, but I do not know how to code that yet. I'm still getting into it. Funny enough, somebody that's used Unreal Engine for over 2 years hasn't learned that much. It's because I've mostly been prototyping stuff in Unreal Engine. But yeah, if you look really closely, it has the Hexagonal Interactive Studios logo, and then it has Envision Beta, Mr. Drugster. It just has gun highlighted. I just threw this together. This is Alex. Alex, if you're watching this, yeah, this is you. But if you go right in the middle of the gun, you go into the Sandlands. Ooh, there it is. Ooh, did my thing crash? No, it didn't. So I'm going to go F11 real quick. I'm going to go back to the Sandlands, and I'm going to change that player start. That's good. Um, yeah, that's the Sandlands right there. Whatever. Um, I'm just gonna go back and look at all of the other playgrounds. When's the last time I messed up this one? I don't remember. I thought they logged that stuff. But yeah, this is the first NV playgrounds with literally nothing. Um, this was sort of the original testing grounds. I just thought it'd be cool to show this. You didn't even have the underground at all. You just had sort of all of this. And since the dark room is a thing and this is the same asset and that asset is saved over onto the one map, it is just sort of here and it looks kind of weird. But that is what, see, there's not even a light in there, and this is also saved. that secret room that's also saved from Playgrounds 4. Playgrounds 2 actually added some grass and those two balls that were originally interactive, I think. And that is the little tray right there. And this, yeah, that didn't even lead to anything. And then it was Playgrounds 3 where everything actually started to be becoming what it was and everything. Yeah, you can see pretty much all of the lights are a thing and all of that. That was supposed to test out to see if the player can fit through gaps because the collision was messed up. I think I messed it up at some point. Messed up the collision on the player capsule. So if I go to modeling in cube grid, is it messed up in here? What? No, it's not. I don't know why it was doing that in the Sandlands. So even that was a thing right there. Um, but Playgrounds 4, that's pretty much what it is for Playgrounds 4. That's what it is right there. Yeah, I do have some stuff I still want to add. Again, these are all just updated versions constantly. These are all to test out new features. And since Playgrounds 4 is a thing, I decided to also make that tied into somewhat of the story. So now you can actually, if you, like I said, walk into that by the decal of Alex or Mr. Drugster, you can go in there and see the Sandlands. Now I might make another one, but again, I don't know. I literally just started making a Sandland, so I'm not gonna say anything that much. Um, Once the beta is complete, I think it might take about 2 years for the beta to be complete, or maybe one. I'm not too sure. It could be finished as soon as possible. I'm not too sure. As soon as I thought, my bad. But no, the beta is pretty much at least a minimum of 2 years. If it gets finished before that, then yeah. With the beta, still deciding on it if it's going to be public once it releases. Because pretty much what we're doing is making the Envision game beta, and then taking that, making another project, and then basically picking and choosing which we want, what do we want for from the beta, and then put it into the main game. Not only put that into the main game, but also add stuff on top of it. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing for the beta. And yeah, it's what it looks at so far. I think a lot of my modeling, or somewhat of modeling, just buildings and whatnot, and just level design, I think it's improved drastically over the years compared to all the other level design I used to do. I think I don't know if I still have the, no, I don't. I thought I had the map parts, but I don't. I have like a little thing here. See if I go to like map parts or something. No, not even that. So could I go to my documents? No. The game document is also gonna be updated at some point. I haven't updated it yet. But I'm gonna try and update the game document. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Like I said, I can always import the older maps from Galactic Originals 2 or just Galactic Originals, because that's what it was. But Galactic Originals isn't even the main thing we're focusing on, and it isn't even released, so it's not even a fully sailed product. It was just there. um yeah, I can't believe I've spent the last 2 years basically prototyping a game, but then also scrapping the entire thing and basically trying to rewrite it. That's what I'm doing right now. And I think I created. When did I create Envision? Or the Envision beta? I created on the 11th. So it has been 2 weeks so far, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think it has. 2 weeks. Holy shit, it's cold in here. Um, yeah, I'm just fucking tired. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the beta as of right now. But yeah, see ya.